Hello gamers, my name is Seadude Gamer and welcome to the first week of the Oath of the Gatewatch spoiler season. We're just going to get right into it today. I'm going to go through the land first, I think. So we'll start with Unknown Shores, which is not a new land. This is a reprint from, I don't know if it's just Theros, but it's definitely a reprint from Theros. It has tap to add colorless to your mana pool, and it's showing off the new symbol. It's not a bad land, and it also has pay 1 and tap 1 generic mana. That's going to get confusing for a little while, generic and colorless. Anyway, 1 generic mana, tap, add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. It's not new, but it works well with the whole colorless, colored mana theme. We're just going to move right along to Crumbling Vestige. This is a new land. It enters the battlefield tapped. When it enters the battlefield, you add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. And it taps to add colorless to your mana pool. I really like the flavor on this one, because the Eldrazi are sucking all the mana out of the land, but there's this one Crumbling Vestige left that has just that little bit of mana it can be drained of, but then it just, after that, it can only produce colorless mana. I like the flavor of that, and it's not bad fixing in Limited either. But the big land for today is the Mirrorpool. It is a mythic rare land. That doesn't happen all too often. Last one I think was Maze's End in Dragon's Maze, and that had its very own win condition. But Mirrorpool enters the battlefield tapped, and it taps to add colorless mana to your mana pool. Okay, so that's just a waste so far, but let's see what else it has. It has 2 colorless taps, sacrifice Mirrorpool. Copy target instant or sorcery spell you control. You may choose new targets for the copy. It also has 4 colorless taps, sacrifice Mirrorpool. Put a token onto the battlefield that's a copy of target creature you control. Basically, it's a mirror. It copies basically whatever you want it to copy, except enchantments and planeswalkers. So yeah, that, you can get a lot of shenanigans with that. I'm not sure how good that will be, but I feel like it's going to be pretty good. I believe that's all of our lands, so we will move on to... We'll start it off with a couple of new keywords that we've got in Oath of the Gatewatch. Starting it off with one we've already seen, Surge. We have the card Comparative Analysis. 3 and a blue for an instant. Target player draws 2 cards. Its Surge cost is 2 and a blue. There's no additional effects when you cast it for Surge, it's just a little cheaper. So yeah, that seems fine. I'm okay with this. It's just potentially an instant speed divination. Well, it is an instant speed divination, but it can cost 1 more. So yeah, it's not bad. Moving on to the Reckless Bushwhacker, showing us that not only can instants and sorceries have Surge, creatures can have it as well. And this one comes with a bonus, so let's get on to what the card actually is. It is 2 and a red for a 2/1 with haste. Not too good. It's a piker for 1 extra, but it's got haste. It's attacking the same time a piker could. But when it enters the battlefield, if its Surge cost was paid, other creatures you control get +1/+0 and gain haste until end of turn, and its Surge cost is 1 less. So it's 1 and a red for the Surge cost. So that's not bad. That's an actual piker, but it comes with upside. So yeah, that's interesting. Also, it's an ally. It's a Goblin Warrior ally, so it'll trigger all of your ally triggers and all that. So yeah, not bad, not bad. Alright, our third new keyword is support, and we have it on the card Shoulder to Shoulder. 2 and a white for a sorcery with support 2. Put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures, and draw a card. Seems fine. It seems like they're wanting the allies to go wide, so basically get as many allies as you want, then pump all of them up. So with the Reckless Bushwhacker, you had all creatures you control getting a power bump and a little bit of haste. So if you've cast 2 creatures to get that out, you can just attack with everything as soon as it comes out. And then we've got Shoulder to Shoulder, which has powering up your creatures. Put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures. So that seems fine. But moving on, we have Gladehart Cavalry. It is 5 green for a 6/6 Elf Knight. When it enters the battlefield, support 6. Put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 6 other target creatures. So they're wanting you to go wide. But that's not the end of the card. No. Whenever a creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it dies, you gain 2 life. This card just seems pretty good. It's a 6/6 for 7. It's a bit expensive, but at that point you're going to have a lot of creatures on the battlefield. When this guy comes in, you're getting 6 more, up to 6 more +1/+1 counters. And whenever a creature you control with +1/+1 counter on it dies, you gain 2 life. And also, this is a card that is going to be one of the main cards in the intro packs. So this will be on the green intro pack, and we'll move on to our new ability keyword that is also on the front of the intro pack for white, Munda's Vanguard. 4 and a white for a core knight ally. It is a 3/3 with Cohort. Cohort seems to be tap and tap an untapped ally you control to do a thing. We haven't seen any other cards with Cohort. It might just be do something with another ally. We're not entirely sure. This is the only thing that's been spoiled. But yeah, this one has Cohort, tap an untapped ally you control to put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. Each creature. +1/+1 counter. This card seems like it's really good. And given that he can tap an untapped ally that just came in, even if it has summoning sickness, that just, yep, I would like all of my creatures to be more powerful and swing. Anyway, that seems really good. Alright, moving on, we have the Tyrant of Valakut, which is our face card for the red intro pack. 5 red for a 5/4 dragon with flying. It also has a surge cost of 3 red. So instead of paying 7 mana for a 5/4 with flying, you're paying 5 mana for a 5/4 with flying. And when it enters the battlefield, if its surge cost was paid, it lightning bolts someone. Or something. It deals 3 damage to target creature or player. It just burns them. Just 5 mana, 5/4 flying, burn a dude. That seems fine. But Oath of the Gatewatch has some Eldrazi as well. And here we have the blue face creature for the intro pack. It is the Deepfathom Skulker. 5 and a blue for a 4/4 Eldrazi. It is devoid, as all the Eldrazi are. And whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, you may draw a card. Yep, it's got Bident of Thassa with a body. Seems fine. It also has 3 and a colorless, target creature can't be blocked this turn. So it's Bident of Thassa plus Thassa with a body. Seems fine. I like it. It's good. It's got the colorless manners, it's got a colorless activation cost. I like it. Next up we have our final intro pack face card, the Dread Defiler. 6 and a black for a 6/8. That's a big dude. It is devoid, because it's Eldrazi. It also has 3 and a colorless. Exile a creature card from your graveyard. Target opponent loses life equal to the exiled card's power. So let's say you draft this Dread Defiler with, let's say, an Eldrazi Devastator, which is an 8/9. You pay 4 mana, someone's losing 8 life. Yeah, that seems pretty powerful. But those were not the only Eldrazi spoiled today. So we'll start off with the weaker ones. We have a Scion Summoner. 2 and a green for a 2/2. when Scion Summoner enters the battlefield, you get a 1/1 colorless Eldrazi Scion creature token onto the battlefield. It has sacrificed this creature to add colorless to your mana pool. That's fine. It's just a dude that makes a dude that pays for your colorless things. Speaking of things that require colorless mana, Spatial Contortion is 1 and a colorless for an instant. Target creature gets +3/-3 until end of turn. For those without the Planeswalker Spark, the merest touch of the Blind Eternities can kill. So yeah, if you've got a big Eldrazi, this will make it bigger. If you want to kill a dude, this will kill a small dude. It's just good. It's just good. It's a combat trick. It's a kill card. It's good. Next up we have Walker of the Wastes. 4 and a colorless for a 4/4 Eldrazi. It's 5 mana for a 4/4. It has trample as well. That seems fine. Walker of the Wastes gets +1/+1 for each land you control named Wastes. That's pretty interesting. We've had something like this on a few cards in the past where their power and toughness is equal to the number of forests, or they get buffed for the amount of islands or mountains, mostly on tree folk for the forests. But we have a new basic land, which means we have a new card that cares about that kind of basic land. It seems pretty good. It's a 4/4 for 5 with trample that can only get bigger. I like it. And for our last Eldrazi of the day, we have Endbringer. 5 and a colorless for a 5/5. Untap Endbringer during each other player's untap step. That's good. But wait until you see what else this Swiss Army Eldrazi can do. It has tap to deal 1 damage to target creature or player. Colorless tap. Target creature can't attack or block this turn. Or double colorless tap. Draw a card. This is repeatable card draw and pinging. Why are you not playing this card already? Oh right, because it's not out yet. This card's so good, I want this card in my life. This is probably my favorite card spoiled today. But it is not our last card spoiled today. We have one last card. Jori N. Ruin Diver. We've heard about Jori N through a lot of the Uncharted Realms articles, and you've probably seen her in some of the flavor text on some cards, but now we have her actual card. She is 1 blue-red for a 2/3 Merfolk Wizard. Not an ally, which surprises me. I guess they couldn't fit it on the card. But that's not all she is. She has, whenever you cast your second spell each turn, draw a card. That's good. That's real good. It's just like, yep, I'm going to cast this thing, I'm going to cast this second thing. All the cards. It's only the second spell though, so gotta watch out for that. Yeah. And it doesn't even have to be on your turn. It can be, I'm going to counter that and I'm going to kill that. Because you're in blue and red already, you probably have counter spells and burn spells. Counter that, kill that, draw a card, be able to counter something else or kill something else. It's good. It's good. So that's it for all of our spoilers today, but I do have some other information I want to talk about. So in one of the articles on the Wizards website, there was this little snippet that I found kind of interesting. Oath of the Gatewatch is part of a multi-set storyline. The most important part in the overarching story is that our heroes form a team of planeswalkers. So, it has been spoiled the names of each of the planeswalkers that are going to be part of this Oath of the Gatewatch. It is going to be Nissa, Gideon, Jace, and Chandra. Yes, Chandra is going to be joining us here on Zendikar in Oath of the Gatewatch. So look forward to that when her card eventually gets officially spoiled. She was in the leak, as were some of the cards spoiled today, but again, I am not going to talk about those cards until they have been officially spoiled. One last thing that some of you might be interested in, the draft format for Oath of the Gatewatch. Usually when it's large set, small set, it's drafting 2 packs from the large set and 1 pack from the small set. But it's going to be slightly different for Oath of the Gatewatch. It's going to be 2 packs from the small set and 1 pack from the large set. Because this set isn't going to be drafted with a third set, people aren't likely to get as many of the cards from Oath of the Gatewatch, so they're deciding not only are they increasing the base size for the small set, they're drafting it twice. The set's so nice they drafted twice. So yeah, that is all that I have for you for today. I will see you tomorrow for some more Oath of the Gatewatch spoilers. See you then.